Hey, you're just going to love this episode. We visit, after an all-night passage, the beautiful La Rochelle. 24 oysters, and oh my gosh, what a marina we stayed in. You're really going to enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching. Alright, good morning, 4th of March. It's just over here to the right, bottom of the screen, 25 past midnight. Gary's gone down for a sleep. So I'll do the next 3-hour shift. Got a couple of fishing boats over here. Here they are there. Out in our port side. A good 3 or 4 miles away. Stop panning for a second. What have we got there? 79 miles to run. The wind's just built up a little bit. It's been up around 15 knots from the east, northeast. So out on the starboard side, and the waves have got a lot shorter, so it's sort of quite sloppy at the moment. Just the odd little bit of water breaking over the bow, not much though. It's more just due to the short chop, I think, rather than the actual size of the wave itself. I'm just following the coastline along. There it is out there. 8 miles out to the starboard. Our heading has basically been north most of the night, so absolutely heading away from New Zealand. Anyway, dog shift, I guess, midnight till 3. Then Gaz has had to do 9 till midnight and 3 till 6. So yeah, had a little nibble, cup of tea, all is well. Good morning, just 7 a.m. and we got 40 miles to run now to La Rochelle. Yeah, there on the chart, it's us right there. We're heading up the coast, just passing by the, oops, go back there, this is where we are, just passing by the entrance into Bordeaux down here, and then up to La Rochelle. And we sent a couple of requests in to the marinas, which are in here. That's the massive one here that's got 5,000 berths, and then there's a couple right downtown as well, but you have to go through locks to get to those at high tide, and we're arriving at low tide. So at the moment we just got to work out, make sure that this area through here, which on the chart shows as inaccessible at low tide, we just got to find out if in fact it is open, and it looks like it probably is, having been dredged. Anyway, if not, there's an anchorage out here that we can take until the morning, and then we can move into the marina if we choose to go there. Anyway, there you go. The sun's gone halfway around the globe. Saw it set last night. Just about to come up in the morning, and sea is pretty slight out there. During the night it was a little bit choppy. The wind got up around 15 knots, but now it's back to about 7 or 8 knots, so starting to settle down. It's been a good trip, didn't get that much sleep, but yeah, we've done well. Oh, that's all right, you're right.
Awanui, to this. Can you receive me, over?
French Coast Guard, this is Awanui NZ channel 16, go ahead.
Okay, Awanui, this is French Coast Guard, can you switch on 1010?
Channel 10, Awanui.
Awanui, this is French Coast Guard, can you receive me, over?
French Coast Guard, this is Awanui NZ channel 10, reading you 5.
Okay, it's good. Hello, sir. Can you give me your destination?
Yeah, destination is La Rochelle. We are New Zealand flagged. We have 2 souls on board, and we departed from Bayonne.
Okay, mister. Where are you coming from before Bayonne?
Prior to Bayonne, it's a long name just to the north of San Sebastian, where the border is between France and Spain. I'm sorry, I'm not sure of the pronunciation of that port.
Oh, okay. And before?
Before that was San Sebastian, but originally I have come from Monastir through Italy, the Mediterranean, and out through Gibraltar.
Okay. This is a new boat, mister?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we purchased the boat in Turkey.
Okay. How many persons on board?
We have 2 souls on board.
Okay. What is your nationality, please, mister?
New Zealand. New Zealand.
Okay, good, mister. We check your ship by the customs, and you stay your course and your speed. No problem. Okay, mister?
Okay, that's fine. And will you come and see us at the marina?
Yes, we come now. We come now on board on your ship.
Okay, no problems at all. Would you like us to heave to now?
What can you repeat, please, mister?
You are coming now. Would you like us to heave to?
We are coming now with the dinghy.
Copy that. And your ETA, estimated time of arrival?
Now, mister, we come on your ship now. Understand?
Copy that. Where are you in? Got you out there. Okay, copy that. Thank you very much. We'll heave to.
Okay.
Oh wow, this is very exciting. There they are out there. The douane. No doubt they're looking at us with binoculars, so I'll just quickly get you there. They're going to come over and see us. Well, they are serious, aren't they, about their immigration and customs. Hey Gary, can we just, we'll just give this a quick tidy up in here, eh? Yep, we'll bring this blind up.
You want to move these up close?
Yeah, that's what I think. We'll take them up front. I'll take one as well, and then we'll just pick stuff up. Oh, there we go. Gee, they snuck up on us. They didn't, they weren't on AIS, eh? We would have seen them on radar, but... So there's the boat out there, and they are going to take that tender off to come over and see us. That is pretty cool. So we're obviously going to have to be pretty careful with the camera. I'll turn it off, but we'll try and get some video of them just arriving. I bet he'll come over and they'll say you need to get rid of that footage. Alright, so here's the Coast Guard. Man, they came up super quick, and no AIS, and we didn't see them on radar, so they must have been powering up really fast behind us, eh? Yeah. I mean, they're taking this all pretty seriously, eh? When you think you got a ship like that, and we're just a pleasure vessel from New Zealand, you know, pretty innocuous, and they're launching the dinghy to come over, or the tender to come over here and see us, you know? Okay, here they come. So well, what was that, Gaz? 1 hour later?
Oh, minimum.
They must have been with us an hour, eh? But I'm feeling quietly confident about France and being able to stay here. What do you think?
Yeah, well, he did mention that if you get out of France, when you come back in, it starts again.
Yeah. So we're coming into La Rochelle, and look what we came across. So I've got the name of this beautiful ship. I mean, obviously it's a replica, but yeah, she looked pretty special just sitting out there doing her half knot, and we'll get you some really nice footage of her. Well, that's a real shame. Wanted to get the drone up, go and fly it around it, give you some neat footage, but for some reason the aircraft storage is full and I can't seem to clear it, so I'm going to have to come back to that. Anyway, goodbye to that special old sailing boat. I'll give you some data on it. Port de Menim, La Rochelle. This is Motor Yacht Awanui NZ. Motor Yacht Awanui NZ, channel 09er, over. Bonsoir, this is Motor Yacht Awanui NZ, Awanui NZ, 15 metres. We are 2 miles out, approaching the visitor berth marina.
You stop on Ponton Welcome Point and my colleague come in for it.
Copy that. We will stop on Welcome Pontoon, starboard side 2, and please confirm the channel is open.
Yes, the channel is open, no problem.
Copy that. We will be there at 1600, 1600. Awanui NZ out. They talk to us!
Okay, copy that.
Yeah, been an amazing 30 odd hours really. Got stopped by the Coast Guard, that was about an hour. Great discussion with them, really neat guys, totally thorough though. Man, they questioned us. Who do we buy the boat from? Why wasn't VAT paid on it? What's the process for getting it out of Turkey? Where are we going to from here? Where have we been? When do we come into Europe? They checked my passport. But we had a really good talk to them about Schengen and the bilateral, and he's pretty confident it won't be a problem, but he said he couldn't give the definitive answer on that, so we'll find that out tomorrow. But I've checked the email that I got from Nice, from the lady in the immigration office, and she said after verification, so effectively we must go and verify. So I can't just bury my head in the sand and wait until I depart France and have the discussion then. Anyway, La Rochelle. So we are going to Port de Menim's marina, largest in Europe, some say largest in the world. 5,500 boats are here, a little bit impersonal I suspect, and just beyond it is the old town of La Rochelle, and there are marinas there, but because we had to leave Bayonne, we couldn't wait there, and we didn't want to get here too close to being dark. We've ended up coming in just on the incoming tide, and they only opened the gates to those marinas because of the 6 metre tide 2 hours before to 2 hours after, and we've had a long night and day, so we don't really want to hang around for another 2 hours. Anyway, got some friends we're going to meet here, their boat's here, so it'd be great catching up with them. They're going to be doing the same route that we've just done, but the other way, so they're really keen to hear from us about what we learned, where are the places to go. I've got so much we can pass on to them. Anyway, we're coming in, the bearing in is 059, and you should be able to see those white LED lights at the far end flashing. They tell us we're on track. We've checked with the marina where to go to the visitor berth or the guest berth, and then they sort us out from there. They didn't answer emails or anything. I've got no idea what it's going to cost. It's kind of cheeky in a way. They don't actually tell you until you get there, which is, you know, clever in a way, isn't it? Anyway, so we head up here. That white light at the bottom, ever so slightly out to the right now, indicates to stay exactly on 059, which will come across to the right a little bit. The lady who answered us on the radio, she confirmed that the channel is open. On the chart here it says it's down to 0.8, 0.2 and nothing. at low tide, but apparently it is dredged. Anyway, we'll go on to the guest berth. Here you either tie side on your actual berth or stern to. So Gary and I haven't done a stern to yet, so we'll find out from them where we're going to be, and then we can look at having a good briefing on that when the time comes. Anyway, we've had an amazing current coming in. We were back to 900 RPM, burning about 3.5 litres an hour total, according to the gauges. Got to check that. And we've been doing 6 knots, and out there in the current we were getting up to 8.5 knots. 8.5 knots at 900 RPM on 3 and a bit litres. That's impressive figures. You wouldn't want to be going the other way though, would you? No. We both got about 4 hours sleep, so pretty tired. We're going to have a pork loin tonight, watch some more 24. Just up to the north there is one of the submarine pens from the Second World War. Apparently it's only available to visit about 6 weeks of the year, and this is not it. St Nazaire, the guy from Customs said it's a pretty ugly town and it's a long way in, so he said if you really want to be bothered going in there you can, but you can't go in there into the submarine pens there either. But he said Lorient, a bit further up, is a lovely area. So he said it's worth stopping there, and he said you could go and ask and see if you can get anywhere near them, but just would have been quite nice to see them. Anyway, we're smack on the inbound 059, those white lights nicely ahead of us. A little bit confusing because the track in auto route that it builds in there is slightly to the right of the 059, and every time you look at your heading it's instinctive to see the track out to the right, whereas the 059 is a little bit left, and if you try and drag it across it just throws another kink in somewhere. It keeps doing that. So probably the answer is to actually delete the route once you go on to heading hold in close quarters like this, but not all the time. Gaz is out there putting out the fenders down just above the water, getting the 3 lines ready for going side on. It's fantastic having them. Just makes unloads you so much. Well, let's go and see how he's going. Should be lovely and calm in there. We've got a westerly of 4.5 knots. Even less than that in the marina. Green marker on starboard, red marker on port. There's another one of those really old ones here. I've got so much footage at the moment. Man, I'm trying to hoover through it. I keep thinking I'm catching up, and then we get a whole lot of footage and it creates another episode, you know. I'm going to publish one tonight. I'm going to try and do one every couple of days just to try and catch up a little bit. Yeah, love making them, I really do. There's so much I forget stuff from 3 days ago. So when the time comes, if I hadn't done all this editing and hadn't had them all organised and chronologically held somewhere, I'll be just looking at the footage going, where the heck's it wouldn't have happened. It would never have happened. It's the only way to do it. You got to do it as you go. Determined to do that. Anyway, focus here. 3.5 metres, so that's good. It's going to slow up to idle.
Got a yacht behind you, directly up your stern.
Oh, okay. Right, so we've got a yacht coming behind us, so he has to give way. Got a couple of yachts coming out. I mean, when it's 5,500 yachts in here, there is going to be a lot of traffic around. So you always got to be ready to change plans at this stage. I mean, I told them starboard side too, you'd have heard that. But we could get in there and for some reason just find that's not possible. Still in heading hold. I don't have to do anything. I can just sit back here and monitor. I really do like it like that. You just got to know exactly where you're going to push if you want to take control, and obviously make sure heading hold always stays in. Let's come one to the right. Got these two guys going out for an evening sail by the look of it. 4.2 metres. We're doing 5.45 knots. Right, bow thrusters are on. Stabilisers are off. We are both looking forward to our beer tonight. We reckon we've earned it. Alright, interesting. We've got a cardinal marker up here at the entrance saying go west of this marker. Well, if you went anywhere else, you would run into a concrete wall. So, that kind of makes sense. Alright, bring the autopilot out. Still doing 5.8.
Collision alert. Ahead.
Bit late, it just went past, I thought, but anyway. Let's go into idle reverse. Slow us down a little bit. Oh, yep, there we go. It must be the visitor berth over here. Certainly something to get used to. Coming in with the river. Okay, there's the welcome point. They may well just take us straight to a berth. We shall see. They said they'd meet us. Here they come. They may take us straight to it. So we're going to come in straight ahead here, turn to port. You ready, Gaz? Yep. We might have to try and hook it ourselves, buddy. So we're going to go in front of that little trawler there, see that?
Yep. I think you'll need to sit there, Skip.
Oh look, I totally agree with you.
You know, I don't think there'll be any reason to panic.
No. No point in panicking.
What cleats have we got? They're only small.
Flow in there, not much though, eh?
Want me to see if I can loop it?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. How's that looking with the fenders?
Right.
How close are we?
We're on it. Anything else, Skip?
Okay, we're here. So biggest marina in Europe, huh? Biggest marina in Europe.
It's bigger.
And you are full a lot of the time? Full? Full up?
No, I'm sorry.
Busy.
Busy? Ah, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm very busy. Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of liverboards, people living.
Yes. Là, at the moment, middle. In the May, June,
Yeah.
August, July, August.
All these catamarans.
Yes, catamarans.
Lots of catamarans.
Yes.
You're looking a bit scruffy there, Gaz. Apparently this really is the home of cats. That is quite something. That's a 67 Fontaine Pajot. Alright, so the news is they don't have space for us here, but they're going to come and sign us in and we can go down to the old town. And apparently the channel is open. So we go into the old town and get one of the berths there. It's going to be absolutely magic. It's worked out perfect. And it's a good deal here. Haven't got the price yet, but you stay 2 nights, get the 3rd night free. I think it'll be about 50 euros a night. So 100 euros, 33 euros a night. So it's 15 euros for each of us, which is pretty good really. Here we go. Well, that's pretty special, Gary. How much did they sting us, mate?
75 euro for 3 nights.
For 3 nights. So it's 25 NZ dollars, or about 12 US dollars a night each. It's amazing when you think of what they charge in the Mediterranean, and it's not like it's a shabby marina either. Anyway, at 5:30 there is enough water for them to open the bridge and the gates to the marina that we're going to. So apparently if we just head up there to be there at 5:30, they'll open up and we go straight in, and our berth is immediately ahead of us, bow in, tying down on the starboard side. We're feeling, I'm feeling pretty bloody lucky.
I'm happy, I'm ready for a run.
I'm ready for a beer, mate. We have a nice dinner. I'm pleased we're not going out tonight, Gaz.
Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, 67 feet that. 67 foot catamaran. Look at it.
That is one monster.
Oh yeah, they're colossal in size.
Look at it.
There's Awanui NZ patiently waiting for us, eh? Okay, so here we are at the welcome jetty, and we've been asked to come out to the main canal here, which is quietly filling up with water, and then we go down to the end here. This bridge here opens up, and then the gates open, and we go on to this jetty here, straight in there on the right hand side. So it's only just a few minutes away. All right, let's move sideways off the pier. Port and reverse, starboard and forward. And we go out into the canal. You all happy, Gary? You happy, buddy?
Yep, all good.
All right, out we go.
Just releasing these lines so we've got a bit of distance.
Yeah, great, mate. It's going to be lovely and calm down there. All right, so we just head out of the marina here, and then it's off to the starboard. And apparently they open the bridge and close it. So we need to get underway. Looks like the French like their fishing too, Gary.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple there with it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he gave us a bit of a hurry along, didn't he? I wish he'd said that at the beginning, that you've got to be there at 5:30 for the bridge to open, and then they close it straight away. But anyway, round we go, clear on the left. amazing lead-in light, isn't it? 059 from what, about 4 miles out?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
nice and easy to see.
Okay, so the gates are already open. So they've opened the gates as the tides come up and it's levelled out. Now it's just a matter of the bridge going up. Here we go. There's the guy on the port side of the river there. See him? Pretty obvious.
Is that we were going to charge on?
So they're just below the bridge there. You can see on the left and the right hand side the gates. Straight ahead on the right, there we go. Alright, we've got the green light.
There on the right, is it?
Yeah. We on? Good morning, Wednesday the 5th of March. It's starting to feel like spring. Look at that. Just a gorgeous day. Here we are in La Rochelle, all beautifully tied up inside the old town port. Came through that bridge yesterday, you've seen that. That old ship on the left hand side there, the Belgium. Actually the crew's having a briefing on it now, but we'll have a look. I'm going to look it up. I've got a funny feeling it's a hotel, but anyway. Here's the old fortress for the old town. And some pretty neat boats in here, big boats. So pleased we got sent over here. Man, it's just beautiful. It was just a hubbub of activity over there last night. Anyway, today we are off to see immigration. That we had a 1 hour session with customs yesterday. Man, they were thorough. They were so thorough. They just, so many questions, wanted to know where we bought the boat, who bought the boat, did we pay VAT, were we in Turkey, were we in international waters, where'd we been since then, where were we going,
what had we bought? 5 of them came over, and they're on the boat for an hour. But anyway, we won them over, and we ended up talking about rugby and All Blacks, and I mean, they just love their rugby over here. Got an All Black over here at the moment in their team. Anyway, they said to us, we showed them the email from the lady in Nice from immigration. So they said, look, it shouldn't be a problem, but yep, you need to go and see them in La Rochelle. So that's the mission for this morning. But yeah, it's we were really happy being here. And waking up to a morning like this, I mean, just look at it. Only Nordhavn in here. Kind of hoping we might see 1 or 2 others. I'm sure in the marina that's got 5,000 though, there'll be Nordhavns in there. But anyway, today is going to be picture perfect. And we're meeting the Australian couple today, who are going to head down towards the Mediterranean in their yacht they've bought here. And they just want to sit down and chat to us about our experience coming north, because they're going south. And I'm really excited about passing on what I've learned, getting to go to some of the neat places, Muros, obviously, San Sebastian. But yeah, no, it should be a really, really good day. Okay, there are set times that the bridge goes up, so it's 9:30 in the morning. I don't see them published anywhere, but we'll have to have a look. But all of a sudden, all the boats arrive to go through. So last night we were told we had to be there at 5:30, and up the bridge goes. All of a sudden, the monohull and 3 cats turned up. To go out, and then the tide has turned, so it's not that far off where they put the bridge down but then close the gates to preserve the water that's in here, and effectively you can't get back in here until 2 hours before the next high tide. So these guys go out and you're out there for the day. It's got to be about, what's that, 8 hours? 4 hours after, 2 hours after, to 4 hours to 2 hours before. There you go. Oh, well, we'll learn over the next couple of days how it all works. Well noted, Gary. Here's a lovely boat coming to head out for a wee sail. Look at that. Is that a schooner or a sloop? No, schooner or a ketch. I think that's a ketch with the lower mast at the back. I think a schooner has the higher mast at the back, doesn't it?
Yes, sometimes.
Something, yeah. So Gaz, is this boating life a bit tough, mate?
Oh, it's a hard life.
Are you coping?
I'm just trying to get around this French cuisine.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit worried because we've got 24 oysters here. I'm just keeping a bit of a count on how many empty shells Gary's got, because I've got 3 and you've got 4 so far. So.
Well, my father can outdo you on the years. He did 40 plus years at Qantas.
Did he?
He was a
40 plus years.
He started on flying boats. That's
flying boat.
Wow. Rose Bay. So he started his apprenticeship there. His dad just turned 91. But yeah, he was a.
Oh, your dad's still alive.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
Cool.
How cool. Mum turns 90 this year.
Wow. And how did they feel about you tripping off to the other side of the
Mum's
world?
not particularly pleased.
Yeah.
They're a little bit worried about us, and that's why we're doing the YouTube, really, because we want to keep family and friends up there.
And they'll love it.
Yeah.
They'll love it. Look at this. This is magic. Just in a beautiful little marketplace, and we got the oysters over here. Yeah, cheers everybody. Met our Australian friends.
Cheers.
Well, in fact, I'm kind of better than Australian
And
friends.
nice of you to shout us to the oysters.
I know. You're welcome. You're welcome. They're better than Australians because only one of them's an Australian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other one is, guess what?
Yes, from Norway. Very, very nice place. Wow. Food everywhere, I guess. Oh, that was an amazing lunch.
dozen oysters, bread, glass of wine, just beautiful. And met a couple of our viewers, such nice people, they shouted us lunch. How cool is that? So now Gaz has gone back to the boat. I mean, you're just walking past, everywhere you go there's just beautiful little restaurants, amazing places. Anyway, I'm now going to the French immigration, and we're going to try and sort out exactly where we stand with the bilateral and how long I can spend in France. So yep, we're going to get to the bottom of it today. It's about a 6k walk. Really looking forward to it actually. I need a good walk. La Rochelle is truly beautiful. I can see why it's so popular. Got 3 days here at the moment. Who knows? Maybe we might stay longer. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that, first cherry blossom out. First bit of spring I've seen. How exciting. Oh, spring is here, look. Spring is here. That is great to see. Oh, it's not going to be that long. That means 6 months. Basically till I get home for Blossom Valley 2025. All happens again. Lovely little park. Look at this guy sitting here with his mate. Well, that's such a shame. So there is the submarine pen in La Rochelle from the Second World War, and it's closed. Nobody is ever allowed in there. And that's, I mean, it's part of history. It's such a shame. It's never open. So such a significant thing from the Second World War, you would have thought that it'd be available to go and just observe, to learn. But no. Anyway, the answer was no. No matter what you say, no, 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 no. It was a no, 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 every time. Anyway, got to find the douane, and the young lady said up onto the boulevard and go left. So sounds like I'm not far from it at all. Right, here we are, coming up to the douane office. So obviously I'll have to turn the camera off here, but next time we speak, the plan is that I will actually know what's going on. Wrong place. I have to go over here. And we are at the Port Atlantique, La Rochelle, and it doesn't look like it's changed much since the war.
Veuillez patienter, nous recherchons votre correspondant. Veuillez patienter, nous recherchons votre correspondant.
Hello, I need to come.
Communication établie.
Hello? Yes, hello. I have to come in about a visa, a stamp.
Oh, bah.
Passport.
Déjà.
Bonsoir. Okay. Bonsoir.
Veuillez patienter, nous recherchons votre correspondant.
Aha, okay. I think I've got somebody coming down. Not sure.
Veuillez patienter, nous recherchons votre correspondant.
Pardon?
Veuillez patienter, nous recherchons votre correspondant.
It's never easy.
Nous recherchons votre correspondant.
Ah, here we go. Somebody's coming down. I better turn the camera off, guys. Alright, so this is so interesting. Knows absolutely nothing about the bilateral agreement. He's gone off with the email from the lady in Nice, from the customs over there. But he seemed to think it's not a problem. You are not Algerian. You have your own money. You're just here with a boat. He seems to think if I show that email to any border authority, it won't be a problem. So fingers crossed. Well, I'm going to continue on that basis. I've been told that by 2 people now. What else can you do? But it just seems there is no formal process for starting the extra 3 months that you're allowed under the bilateral. So in my view, what that means is once you're in the country, you've got 6 months. We've got 3 months Schengen in all of Europe. But then once I get to France, outside of that, I can spend another 3 months. So I just do that. I'll count the number of days I've spent in France, and that'll give me a finish date. Shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, guess what they got me to do? They have a staff member retiring, and I had to read a message from Tom Cruise, because he flew in here in his private jet, met the person that's retiring. It's a young lady, or an older lady, and I had to impersonate a message from Tom wishing her happiness in her retirement. Don't know how convincing it was, but still. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, vive la France, and I can stay here for another 2.5 months. Whoopee! Okay, folks, you're about to hear about it. So, we have got to the bottom of it. Absolutely. I am allowed, New Zealanders are allowed 3 months Schengen, and then to keep it simple, if you then went to France, you can have 3 extra months in France. Now, the problem's been validating it. So what they agreed to do, and it seems to be the best way, is he just stamped my passport with today's date on it. So I now have 3 months that I can spend in France as of today. Woohoo! So that means I could leave France and go to England, and I could come back before my new Schengen time starts if I wanted to, if I hadn't used all the 3 months up. So it's a pretty good agreement. You wouldn't want to push it, but he's given me his card. I have the email from the douane in Nice, and he said it won't be a problem. I don't think the 3 months here though then qualifies me for another 3 months of Schengen. That's not 3 months seen as being outside of Schengen. So I'm going to have to spend at least 3 months in England or out of Schengen in Europe before we can come back across to Belgium and the canals up to Amsterdam. But great outcome. He didn't seem to think it'd be a problem. He said I would have probably got a fine at worst and just told to leave. Anyway, I feel really good about that. Now I just got a 6k walk back, and he said if I want to see the submarine pens, the only thing I can do is go in there in our boat into the commercial port, do some video of it, and then leave. And he said just give them a call on the radio, and it's likely they'll let you just bring the boat in. Anyway, great day, gorgeous weather, and according to my friend here, it just gets better day by day from now on. All is well.
Just beautiful classic French villas all along this avenue leading into La Rochelle. Pretty magic. A couple of dates on them, mainly around 1905 to 1912 they were built. Some of them looking a little bit older than that, so probably late 1800s, turn of the century. But lovely slate roofs, very steep roofs with looking like attic rooms up on the top. So essentially 3 stories high. Beautiful though. Some have been turned into retirement homes and others are now apartments. And looks like quite a few still just private residences. Beautiful old town of La Rochelle. Apparently it's the school holidays, so it's going to be a busy time, but a very, very popular place. Look. Everybody coming out onto the waterfront. It's always something about waterfronts. Awanui NZ's had a lot of people popping along the wharf to have a look today. It's looking good there. So Thursday the 6th of March. Whole new pace of life coming now because we've got tons of time. Thank you, France. The people that negotiated that bilateral agreement between New Zealand and France for 3 months extra. It's pretty cool. See the gates over there are open, so obviously relatively high tide, and there'll be set times for going across the bridge that we need to work out. So we're off to do some shopping. Empty the rubbish out of the trash compactor. Man, we can get about 3 weeks rubbish in there. You just got to be so careful that it's not smelly stuff. But what we've noticed are these bollards up here on the dock, and they're pretty amazing because if you look at them, this is the old dock. This is where all the old cobblestones are, and obviously well before the marina. But look at the rope gouges around these bollards. So they are steel, man, and the rope from obviously really heavy ships tied up to them has left their mark. Hello, Gary.
Good morning, Skipper.
What
a great day.
I thought you were only going to change your jersey.
I did change my jersey. I had to put my pretty hat on, you know, just for a bit of support.
Okay, had to make yourself look all pretty for our little walk.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm rearing and ready.
All right, done the rubbish?
You did?
Yep, all locked up. You got the key?
I've got the key.
Top man. And Billiam over there. We're still trying to get to the bottom of it, but we think it's sort of it's a training ship, French, for effectively just training people on the traditional square rigger type sailing. And I know quite a few of the European navies do have those. Italy certainly does, but looking into it, we'll have some more information for you. But beautiful boat and well crewed. They've got, I don't know, 8 or 10 on there. They were all up the masts yesterday doing something with the rigging, pretty high up. Very interesting port here. Lots going on. Old shackles. That is a shackle and a half. And chain on the dock side. I mean, look at that. That's how big that is. You can barely move it. Still here from many, many years ago. So here's the bridge that came up for us to enter into the marina, and at the moment the gates are open, so basically that means you're within 2 hours or so either side of high tide. Once you get to the point where the water's flowing out to a set level, they close these gates. They still have leakage through them, but it's obviously controlled, or not controlled, but it's calculated to the point they know that the marina won't empty out to any extent. And there's Awanui NZ over there behind Balham. They want us to move today, probably about 6 o'clock tonight, either forward or onto one of the other pontoons, because they've got a 47 metre sailing boat like this coming in, like Balham. So I'm wondering if it's the one that we videoed on our approach to La Rochelle. Yeah, so there they are there. Obviously the water level on the other side is the same at the moment, but on this side, the seaward side of the gate, when the gates are closed and the tide keeps going out, and there's 6 metre tides at the moment, there's effectively a 6 metre difference in the height of the water, probably 4 metres, because they leave it until it's about 2 metres down, I think. So it'd be 4 metres lower on this side than it is on that side. And all we need to work out is what is the time that the bridge opens, so that we can head out tomorrow evening, and then we're going to go and anchor at an island that is way over the far side there. So pretty cool. Quite a neat setup, and it means you can have boats of a very reasonable size in this little marina. And here, just between the two marinas, or the two old ports, is Graffiti City. So it's obviously a place where they've said, hey, it's okay if you want to do your graffiti. They probably have to get whatever they want to do approved. All the walls, well, art, I guess, at the end of the day, isn't it? Sorry about the sun on that, but you can't see much. But yeah, it's a basketball place, and people can express their artistic thoughts. Probably not uncontrolled though, because they look pretty consistent and of a reasonably high quality. So yep, you can do the graffiti, but you have to get it approved, would be my guess. So what's the marina got us doing, Gary?
They're going to make us move because there is a large sailing ship coming into this posse.
Apparently it's just a big yacht.
Just a big yacht, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, we'll get to see that when it comes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, coming in tonight.
7 o'clock?
Yep, so we've got our lines all set up, haven't we, looped?
All set and ready.
And we're going off this dock, and we're going to go onto that dock over there, because that dock over there has the wind coming from the tail, whereas if we move along here, which we can also do, we've got a beam wind pushing us off. So you all set, buddy?
You're in control. I'll let go forward and work my way back.
Sounds good, bud.
All right.
So there's not a lot of wind right down here, so Gary's just going to let the front line off. Here we go. I've got the bow thruster there if I need it, but I think we'll probably sit quite nicely. Looking pretty good. Well done, Gary.
All going well.
And a lot of walking today, haven't we?
I've done a ton of it.
Midship's coming off. There we go. Going to hang them over the rails so they're nice and easy to get on at the next pontoon. Bloody good deckhand, I have to say. So the fenders are all going to be the same because we're still going on to starboard. Here we go.
You all ready?
So she's all happy here. Right, we'll just have a look out the back, see what we got. I might just back up.
Just back up. You'll be as good as gold.
There we go. Just a wincy bit of reverse idle. As we poke our nose out, our tail out, that'll push us back a bit, mate. Alright, so here we are, just coming into the new pier. So nice, we can just do things slowly. Check how we're looking down here. Yep, coming in nicely. Perfect, Gaz. Righto, so there we've got a springer off the back, seeing we've got the wind coming from here. So if it came to it, we could move forward a little bit and hold ourselves into the quay. G'day! How are you? Good.
Are you leaving?
No, we're just here, we're leaving tomorrow. Yeah, they're bringing a big boat in there. So they asked us to move over. How long are you here for?
Huh?
How long are you here for?
For full year, yeah, full time.
Oh, you live here?
Yeah.
You live on the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm leaving just now to go working, but after I come back.
Cool, we'll just get tied up. Right, there we go. Nicely on the dock. Well, you don't get much more beautiful than that, do you? There, the gate's open, tide's coming in. We've got a big yacht coming in soon, so the bridge will lift up. That looks pretty special. That is La Rochelle, and tonight we're having beef bourguignon, and Gary is a bit beside himself. That looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. Look at that. So we're about to depart from La Rochelle. This U-Ship marine shop, honestly, it is just an absolute magic shop. So if you're ever in La Rochelle, make sure you come here because the prices are really good, the staff are really good. Ask for Jerome and he will look after you. Magic shop, magic prices, just so worth it. And we have to leave at 1 o'clock today, would you believe it? Merci. Au revoir. Anyway, most important thing is I've got cleaning product for Gary.
Master cleaner.
Gary wants to completely wax the boat from top to bottom, he said, before he leaves, because he's so disgusted at the condition it's in. And Gary has bought himself a bag, a dry bag. It looks a bit of a muppet walking along with the tag still on it.
Well,
But Gary, I mean, he wears a pink hat, so obviously doesn't care about looking a muppet. Anyway, we're off back to the boat.
back to the boat.
And we're probably heading off. We just got to check the weather, of course. Anyway, what a magic place. There's shipyards here galore, marine shops, absolutely fantastic. And if you go to U-Ship and you say Mark and Gary from Awanui NZ, they'll give you 10% off. And their prices are already very fair. Well, especially compared to the Mediterranean, but then everywhere's fair compared to the Mediterranean, isn't it?
Very good. Very good.
Here we go. The journey continues, Gav. There you go, people. There is a boat with the mast up heading down the road. Where else could you do that? But this area is all about boating. So he basically went from here where the cars are, just got in the queue, crossed the intersection and off down the road he went. So there is Standard. That's where we were berthed. We moved to over there. and it was due in last night, but it didn't come in until while we were away today. So that's what had full sail up as we were coming into La Rochelle. Pretty cool. It's about as authentic as you could get. And when you think boats that size went all the way around the world.
Yeah.
So I guess that's are they caravels or?
That would be Seatrials.
Oh yeah, that's the sort of size boat you went in. Anyway, and that is, as we said before, registered in the Cook Islands. Must be a tax haven, eh? Anyway, we'll go and get ready, we're out of here. Alright, so we're going to depart at 1 o'clock. Currently 12:37, here we are in the marina. Here is the bridge and gates, and you can see the gates open over there. The bridge lifts up at 1 o'clock. And today we have 37 miles to run. And we're going to come out down through the canal here, head under the bridge which crosses the estuary, and then today we are going to try and get up as far, so let that zoom in, as l'Estable de Long. And there are a couple of marinas there, no anchorage, so we're going to try and check into one of those marinas, and then along the way, about halfway, we have another kick-off point, because we want to make sure that we arrive during daylight hours. We're going to check availability at Jetée Oost. So that's about halfway along. There we go, maybe a little bit more than halfway, but it's a point anyway where we can jump off and we're guaranteed to get there in daylight. Some fairly shallow areas along the way, so we'll just navigate those coming out of high tide. So we'll have a following tide, outbound tide as we leave, and should almost be going through that into an, oh no, it won't be quite an inbound tide, so it'll be an outbound tide all the way down the coast. Anyway, the weather is looking great. Just light winds this afternoon, sea up to about 1.8, 1.9 metres. I'm expecting pretty sheltered along the coastline here. It's going to blow up overnight, so we are quite keen to be on a marina up to 20, 25 knots. So we'll have the camera on the front of the boat, and we'll get the departure out of here. Should be good. Okie dokie, about to depart La Rochelle. What a gorgeous place. See Gaz there getting the line off. Or at least he's trying to. Come on, Gaz. Get the bloody line off, will ya? Here he goes. He's in a good mood today because he got beef bourguignon last night. And the stern line. I mean, we've been so lucky with the weather. Oop, the bridge is going up. All right, Gaz? Right, there we're off. So we've got port, idle forward, starboard, idle reverse. Just use the bow thruster to overcome the bow wanting to go that way. Just come off nicely to the side. Bridge is coming up. So just bring the port out of idle, because the boat always goes forward slightly.
Good 8 metres starboard quarter, plenty of room.
Here we go. Bring around. Port, idle reverse, just keep the tail going around. Tiller back to neutral. Here's the bridge coming into sight, look folks. Okay, both forward. Stabilisers are on, we've still got a red light there ahead of us. wind from the port side. See it in the flag there. Green for go. Okay, there's the green light. A little bit of headway. That way you get some good steerage. The bowsprit off that boat beside us is close, mate.
Sorry?
That bowsprit's close.
Isn't it? It sounded fancy from me, didn't it?
It did, mate. No, you say au revoir.
Au revoir, thank you.
Au revoir, merci, merci.
Oh, the kids on the side there.
Alright, we're just going to come on to sonar on this side. All happy, Gary?
I'm happy chappy. I'll go and make the cuppa.
Okay, we've got 4.7 metres. Sorry, what was that, Gary?
I was just mentioning your complaints.
It wasn't, it wasn't a complaint, it was an observation. So I was observing.
You gotta man up. You gotta start manning up.
No, I was just observing that the tea was just a little bit strong when you make it. So I was requesting, nicely I thought, that perhaps it could be a little bit weaker. I don't think it was a complaint. Right that way, Gaz.
That's the way, Kevin.
So down the end of that harbour, right where my finger is where the La Rochelle submarine pens are from the Second World War. There's a canal down to it. We did everything we could to try and be able to go in there. We asked in our best possible, politest possible French, and not unexpectedly the answer was an immediate not available. But you can just, it's under the gantry anyway. We can see it from here, you won't be able to see it. But it's now used, it looks like, as I said the other day, used by ferry operators. And I would imagine that in there it's a magnificent working station. So I'm going to do a little bit of Googling on it and see what I can find out. Anyway, here we are going past the commercial port of La Rochelle. Tanker in there, or bulk carrier actually. And then we're about to go under that bridge ahead of us. Anyway, as I said earlier, the plan was to get up to our destination tonight before dark. So at the moment we're due there at 7:01, so that's cool, 33 miles to run. So feel really good about what we're probably going to achieve today. Right, so there's the bridge ahead of us on the radar, bridge in real life. And if we zoom in, you can see it's just taking us over to the eastern side of the bridge, and then you do about a, I don't know, 45-degree turn to the left to head under the piers, and the bridge is 30 metres above your head, and that is at high tide. So for a bridge, something above you, they always give the height at high tide, of course, and when you're on the water and there's something below you, i.e. the seabed, it is at low tide. Quite handy, really. Alright, so here's another classic case of where I just love to have route in as opposed to hand steering or even heading select, but preferably route. You can just quietly sit back, you're watching where you're going. We've got the port marker out there on the port, obviously, starboard marker out to starboard. On the pillars ahead, we've got them both marked. I'm looking down at the depth, and we've got 10 metres through here, and you can effectively just quietly monitor it as you're coming around the corner versus having to steer it, and it just takes up a bit of brain power steering or altering heading. and all you've got to be is just absolutely comfortable that you are in follow route, that it's doing what you've asked it to do or programmed it to do, and you're ready at any moment to disengage the autopilot. But to me, that just totally unloads me. Even though we're at fairly close quarters, you're able to just sit back and take in everything that's happening around you. Whereas if you're driving it, you know, you're looking at where the rudder is, you're checking out the front, your brain, and the same in flying. You know, if when we were flying, if you got busy, got radio calls coming in, your hand flying, hand thrust, all that sort of thing, easiest way to unload yourself was check that the airplane's going to do what you want it to do, push one button, and then you can just sit back and the whole thing of flying the plane's gone, and you can focus on what's happening around you. And I mean, this is quiet. You know, imagine if there are a whole lot of other boats around. It means you can just keep your eyes up all the time with the odd flick down to stand and look. Anyway, here we are, through quite happily.